Hi, my name's Janae Jeffries. I'm the owner and artist of Feedback. And so this is the first, I guess, thwic and thoughts while I create. And so this topic is about how I uh, being resent the possibility of being fake in order to get clients. And by that I mean being proactively friendly. And several times when I ask for advice, people have mentioned that they find me intimidating, and a few have mentioned that they wish I be more open, or yeah, more forthcoming, I guess, with my ideas or something like that. And I hate that idea that my business, I'm very serious about it because it's my livelihood. And that also brings me to the topic of people saying I'm too professional. And it's so aggravating that there's people who seem to think this art shit is supposed to be like treated like a hobby. And it's just not a fucking hobby. It's just my job. And so I treat it as such. I give it the respect as such. And plus, and the whole forthcoming of friendliness. Like, I'm friendly when you talk to me. I mean, as people would say, like, because that's me being professional. And really, I'm not an open person. I don't. It doesn't come naturally to me to just mention my thoughts out loud, or on the internet out loud. And it's just not my thing. And I just hate that me being me would cost me business. And I do understand that with business, you know, you you can't show all of yourself. Yeah, I have this mask on because I don't like showing my face online. And yeah, my picture is online if you have to but you have to look for it. I just like the idea of people only seeing my face when we meet in person. And so anyway, that's why I have this scarf on my face. And plus, it's kind of cold, and I like to have my ears and stuff covered. But anyway, so yeah, I'm not an open person, and I resent that I would have to be in order to gain. It's like I have to be cute in order to gain traction with people. And it's like, if you see my style, my shit ain't cute. And it's not painterly, it's not cute. So I have to rely on my imagination and my content. And the whole content thing, I do have thoughts on that too, but I'll mention that um, later in a different video. But so, yeah, and so I treat my business as a business. Like, I'm not, it's like people want me to be their friend before they commission me, or something along those lines, like being all bubbly. It feels like to me bubbly, and it's just, I'm not those things. So, of course, to me, just like overt friendliness is too much for me. And like for business, yeah, that's why it seems like, I guess people call me a robot sometimes. And yeah, I am, because my life goal isn't to draw for people. Like, that's not the joy of my life. And it would suck if I would need to be in order for someone to commission me. And sometimes it feels like that, but it's like, it is what it is. Like, you do what you feel is best. And so I'm really partly making this video to assure, okay, I may be a machine because I got bills to pay, but I don't feel everyone is entitled to friendship off the bat just because they exist. And I feel people always just want everyone to be friendly, and so that's what they expect or anything that's not that, it's like they shy away from and they're intimidated by it feels. And not saying that's the case, but just from what I've observed. And it's just I'm not any of that. And so yeah, I don't like I only show like my private thoughts sometimes, like even that's limited on like in chat, but like in post or something, I'm just not cuz it's business. Like I just want the business. And so that's what I focus on. And I'm just like focused, I guess you could say. And so with like friendship means a lot to me, and that's why I don't throw it around. And so that's why I would only say I have less than 5 friends in person, and then that's all I count really. Like if we're friendly online, that's internet buddies. Like we're not actually friends because I never seen you in person, and I need to meet a person in person to be their friend. So there are a few people online, but that I would like to meet in person. But anyway, so yeah, I'm not out here like looking for friendships. I'm looking for business. And friendships take time with me. Like I could be friendly and be like, "Oh yeah, we're cool," but I won't call you my friend because like I don't know you like that. Like I don't know if you'll have my back if some shit was to go down in person, or I can't trust. Like, I just don't trust easily, and I believe in earning things. Like vice versa, whether it's like me and someone else or someone else with me. Like I should earn their friendship, and they should earn mine. So that's how I operate, and that's why I don't act as if, and that's why I'll never be fake, because I don't like the idea of being fake in order to gain business. And I understand, um, to an extent, have to be fake, like my patience. I have no patience, and like 90% of the time, it's completely it's fake. Like I do it mainly just for business, but also I do it because I feel it's fair. At the same time, because I know how my business come across. I know the store is unorthodox, but so it's like, and I know people aren't psychic, so it's fair to like have patience with people. And so that's why with clients and everything else, like with concerning business, I'm very patient, even though I'm actually not. And so that's like the extent of my business lie. So but beyond that, like showing me as a person, or I mean, yeah, like showing like who I really am, or showing like me my personal things too often, that's just not me. And I refuse to lie to clients. So that I want to be able to say that I've never lied to a client to that extent. Like I've never lied to a client beyond being fake patient. But beyond that, I've never lied to a client, and I never will. And it just sucks that it feels like people want me to in order to feel more comfortable with me or something. It's like all of that has nothing to do with the product at hand. Like I'll always create to what fits my quality, and I'll always create with the best of my ability to make sure you get what you paid for. And but like beyond that, it's like if you're looking for a friend, I'm not the one. Like you can't even look for a friend with me. You just it takes time. And like be friendly, and maybe in time we'll build like something, and then in like a few years we'll meet, and then we could be friends. So yeah, so and there's only like 2 clients who are on that level now, where if I was to meet in person and we and then like worked out, then I'll call them like a friend. But until then, we're just like internet buddies, and that goes with the artist people I'm friendly with too. So oh, this is wrong size, but yeah, yeah, I'm not a well, I am, I guess, a robot, but it doesn't affect the quality, and I will still treat you as an adult and do the best if I can. I will take your commission and I will give it the best that I can and give you a piece of artwork that you can be happy. Well, I hope you are. So that's like my goal. So, but I guess I could talk about what I'm trying to do here. I'm This is going to be the main character of a stud love comic. I don't know any other term for it because I've never seen it before. I've never seen. If you don't know what a stud is basically a woman, a female who identifies as a woman, but they're just masculine. I mean, they're just more masculine than average, and I've never seen a comic where it was two studs in love, or I've never seen a comic where, yeah, and usually, such comics they always have like one, like either both are femme or one is femme. So I've never seen both where they're stud, and I actually been learning about that community. Like I'm not a lesbian, but I'm not straight either, and so I'm not. So I'm just going by what I know so far of the community, and I've done some minute research. Um, but yeah. So I think it'll be interesting. Like I'm really loving the idea of them already because I'm attracted to masculinity myself, and that's partly why I want to do this comic because I want to show like two masculine women attitude because that's a possibility, and represent that type of connection a person may have. So and this one is and they're also vampires. Not like, to me, vampire is basically just a creature that whose life is sustained by the blood of other creatures, and that's why it's interesting because you could jump off of that and create your own version of that. Like, how is it implemented? Blah blah blah. So, this I've always had my own idea of what vampires were, and this kind of like jumps off of that. And so in this one, her name is Kins, and but they call her Ins. And and I think with her, I never really had like a solid idea of what she looked like. I just know, like, gradually as I started, I mean, before this, I just started seeing her like with short hair. So she keeps a shirt like in the masculine cut, where masculine to me is like, that's another video I'll probably go into later. But yeah, so hers is like shirt about her love interest. She has long hair, and I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to spoil it because it will be a comic at some point, and I do plan to pitch it to certain places. But yeah, I'm finding it kind of hard to draw and speak at the same time. But I figured I would. I wanted to get past the topic of being friendly when it's not natural to me and when it would be fake in my case, because I ramble and I could go into like all the specifics. Like, my thoughts aren't exactly linear. I mean, my thoughts are always have all these layers to it, and I'm sure other people. Whoever watching this may experience the same. And so I try to keep it short. So, because it feels most of the time, I've always grown up with people not really understanding where I'm coming from. And even like as an adult, so I've like gradually learned to try and, well, at first I had an issue with over explaining because people kept not understanding. And I had to explain all the depth of what I'm trying to convey. And but and I think I still have a problem with that, but so I try to keep it short. And I'm like, man, if you're confused or if you like think you're misunderstanding, fucking ask me. So cuz I'm kind of tired of explaining myself to people. It's exhausting. And that's another reason for not wanting to lie and do things that doesn't come naturally, that it doesn't have anything to do with business, really, where it's just people want me to be like some bubbly thing. Really, that's what they feel like I said, but um it's just it's exhausting to try and fucking always have to consider like how would people see this, like they don't think like me most likely, so I have to like really explain. And it's just annoying, but yeah, I want her to lose a tooth. But yeah, so it's just exhausting to always have to mold myself into how other people how most other people would think, you know? And that's like always been my thing, like ever since a kid. And that's why I would just rather not talk to people. It's like it's mostly a disappointment, most anyway. I know probably some people are like, oh, you just sorry, that's my alarm. See, I had to make sure I cut it short. So that's it. Um, yeah, so the point is, I'm a robot, but it should be okay because that's just business. And I want to just make the best product and focus on business. And if you really interested in my thoughts about certain things, then become a benefit supporter. And because I share more of my insight on the character designs through them, because, like I said, even with that, I don't naturally share. So, but I do make it a point to share with them. And so, if you're interested, you know, and you want to support this comic or learn more and all that, become a benefit supporter and, you know, support original content creators. Me. Yeah, just give me money. Okay, bye.